CRT monitor, right, produces three different types of colors. So if we see the RGB, what is RGB? Red, green, blue. So from the electron gun, so it is going to pass three different colors. So since in previously we have seen only one light beam is going to pass from the electron gun. So here in color monitor, three electronic beams is going to pass. So three electronic beams, RGB. R indicates the red, G indicates the green, B indicates the blue. So RGB, similarly for black and white, so black indicates 0, white indicates 1. So if you take the fractional values of 0, so which indicate different shades of black. If you take the fractional values of 1, it indicates the different shades of white. Similarly for R is there is one color value, G is there one color value, and blue is there one color value. There are 256 shades of red is there based upon the fractional values of that R color value. There are 256 shades of green is there and 256 shades of blue is there, right? So see there are, by combining red and blue we can get the color of magenta. By combining red and green we can get the color of orange. By combining green and blue you can get the color of cyan. Okay. Similarly, in R having 256 shades, green having 256 shades, starting color to the darker color to the light color, different shades. Similarly, blue is color having the 256 shades. So how many colors we can produce from RGB is 256 into 256 into 256. So that's the value of number of colors we can produce from one color model, that is RGB. Okay. Similarly, CMY is there. Cyan, magenta, and orange. CMY, RGB color model, CMY color model, different types of color models. So based upon this, the color CRT monitor is going to work. Okay. So again, in that color models, color CRT monitors, there are two types. One is beam penetration method and shadow mask method is there. Beam penetration method and shadow mask is there. So what is beam penetration method? Used in random scan systems. So if the color monitor follows the random scan system, generates orange, yellow, and colors, then it is called beam penetration method. So if the color monitor CRT uses raster scan system, then it is called shadow mask method. Okay. So these are the different types of color monitors you have seen. So till now we have completed the first part of first unit. So what are the topics you have covered? Introduction to computer graphics. What is computer graphics? Definition of computer graphics. Different types of video display devices. That is CRT. Different types of video display devices. Here CRT, raster scan systems, random scan systems, and different types of monitors is there. What are the different types of monitors? We have seen pictures right in last classes. And different types of input devices like data gloves, digitizers, and mouse, joystick, keyboard, mouse pad, light. Different types of images we have seen, right? So that's all the different types of input devices. Now coming to the first unit, second part. We'll go for the first unit, second part. So what is the first unit, second part? Output primitives. We'll see the output primitives. This is the dot printer, different types of printers. This is the output primitives. Wait for 1 minute. This is the output primitives. First unit, second part. So in output primitives, what is the output primitive? See here, a picture can be described in several ways. For example, if you have a picture in your tag and in your mobile, so there are described in several ways. It can be displayed on the screen by using raster display, or it can be displayed on the screen by using random scan display. So what is raster scan? By displaying the picture on the screen by scanning row by row, right? So if it is a random, just it acts as a pencil, it can be directly drawn the image on the screen. So in another extreme, we can describe a picture as a set of complex objects. A picture can be considered a set of complex objects, such as, for example, if you take the trees, furniture, walls. So these are different types of pictures which are very complex objects to display on the screen. So position of the coordinates are coordinate locations within the scene. So you have to position. For example, if you want to take any simple image, let us consider a character A. You have to that is consider a character A. That is the image on the you have to display on the screen. So you have to know at what pixels the point should be positioned. So pixels means here, which is consisting of x-axis and y-axis, x coordinate and y coordinate. So at what point, at what pixel position, the point has to be placed. That should be stored into the frame buffer. So how to identify that particular point? For example, if you want to draw a straight line, so you have given starting point and ending point. So how to identify the points in between, pixels in between the starting point and ending point? So that identification by using some algorithms, so we are going to identify the plotting of the particular pixel on the screen. Okay. So there are different types of algorithms. This all construction of all this plotting all these points, you can call it as output primitives. So shapes and colors of the objects can be described internally with a pixel arrays. So within a set of basic geometric structures, such as straight lines, polygon color areas. The scene is then displayed either by loading the pixel arrays into the frame buffer. So how the particular scene is going to display on the screen? Scene or any picture is going to display on the screen means by loading the pixel values, pixel arrays into the frame buffer. Arrays means here a set of values. So arrays pixel array values into the frame buffer, or by using scan converting the basic geometric structure specifications into the pixel patterns. You are going to convert that into pixel patterns that display it on the screen. So this all the process can be referred as the output primitives. So generally, the output primitives can be used to display the complex structures on the screen. So for displaying the complex structures, so we are going to use that output primitives. So in that output primitives, our first topic is points and lines. So what is a point and what is a line? So what is a point? A point is, we can plot a point by converting the single coordinate position furnished by application program into a appropriate operations for the output device in use. So point means plotting or converting a single coordinate position. Single coordinate means here not only x and y. So x and y is called one coordinates. Okay. Single coordinate point furnished by application program into the appropriate position. The point is given as an input in the application program. So for example, you are using MS Paint. So user is going to give for the application MS Paint, Microsoft Paint. User is going to give the input by taking the pencil option by clicking it somewhere. That is the input. At appropriate operations is going to run the output device. So with the CRT monitor, for example, the electron beam is turned on to illuminate the light on the phosphorus coated screen at selected location. If you take CRT monitor, okay. So in C programming, so we are going to, for constructing, putting a point, so we are going to use the method set pixel method. So what is the method? Set pixel. So P is the capital, remaining all are small. Set, there is no space between set and pixel. So entire one method, set pixel method. So which is having the parameters x comma y, which is going to take the input parameters, integers, or x comma y. So x indicates x coordinate, y indicates y coordinate. So if you, by calling this method, so a point is, a pixel is plotted on the screen. Okay. So in some graphic systems, so if you draw a straight line, the straight line is not clear, right? So if you zoom it for 10 times or 20 times, 30 times or 50 times also, so you can able to see the pixels. The line is not clear. So line is not clear. Line will not appear very clearly. So let us example. I will take the MS Paint. 1 minute. I will stop sharing screen. So it is visible. So let us consider I am taking the pencil here, right? So, so I will draw a straight line. So I will draw a straight line. See here, I am making zoom. How many times I am making zoom? You see here. See here. How this without zooming, so line is very clear. So if you zoom that, see that straight line whether it is a very straight. See that whether it is very straight or not. So it is not very straight. So which indicates here the pixel positions. So how accurate that frame buffer is going to plot the pixels is very important. So even though it is a straight line, see there the pixel positions may vary from one pixel to another pixel. So which is not accurate. It is not accurate. So these algorithms somewhat good. Okay. So whereas there are different types of algorithms are there to draw a straight line. To draw a straight line, there are different types of algorithms are there, right? So in previously generated algorithms, the line is were not very clear. Line is very jagging. You can call it as a jagging between the pixels. So to overcome that, let us see different types of uh, algorithms to draw the straight line. I will share my screen. So this is called Jaggis, the state step effect. So we'll call that as a state step effect, producing when a line is generated in a series of pixel positions. So to overcome that entire Jaggis is not possible. To overcome that entire Jaggis is not possible. So we have to decrease the Jaggis as much as possible. We have to decrease that state step effect as much as possible. So by using accurate algorithms. So are you getting? Hello? So my voice is visible, audible.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we have to eliminate as much as possible that Jaggis effect while drawing a straight line. So now we will see different types of algorithms, line drawing algorithms. Okay. So I will open my handwritten notes. You can see in this. So before knowing that, their first one is DDA algorithm for line drawing. So first algorithm is digital differential analyzer. So what is DDA? Digital differential analyzer. Okay, DDA line drawing algorithm. We can call it as a simply DDA line drawing algorithm. So before that, going to the line drawing algorithm, so we have to know about some basics. What is a line? What is the line equation? What is the slope of the line? Right? Then we will see the examples of drawing a line, then DDA algorithm. Okay. Now first we'll see what is a line. So generally tell me what is a line segment. So a line segment is usually a infinite in dimension, not segment. Line is usually infinite in dimension. So if you tell that a line which is infinite. So there is no starting point, there is no ending point, infinite. And if you take a part of the line is called segment. Then we can call it as a line segment. A line segment, that there is a difference between line and line segment. So a line is usually infinite in dimension. There is infinite of x, infinite in number of x axis, infinite in number of y axis. And a part of the line, some small part of the line is called a segment. Segment that have the starting point and ending point, 2 points. So a line segment has 2 endpoints. So a line is formed by collection of how the line is going to form. So if you know the starting point and ending point, 2 points, so you can draw a line. So how the line is going to form? So by plotting the number of points in between the starting and ending points to form a straight line. So we are by placing the number of points side by side, side by side, side by side from the starting point to the ending point, which will form a straight line, right? So this path is defined by using the, so you can define the path from starting point and ending point. So you can define the path by using the equation called y is equal to mx plus c, which is called a slope, which is called a slope, where m is the slope value, okay, c is the y-intercept value. Y-intercept means at which point the y is going to cut, line is going to cut at which point on y-axis. That is the y-intercept. So intercepting point on the y-axis, over the line y-axis. So if you know y-intercept, right? If you know the y-intercept, and let x be the 20, so then we can plot a point by using y is equal to m into 20 plus c, right? We can plot a point. That is called slope equation. Hello, are you getting the, are you getting, so are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, so we have line equation is there. So what is that line equation? So y minus y1 is equal to, we can take the y minus y1 is equal to y minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So simply you can say y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We can say simply that line equation, so that we all know that that is called a line equation. Or simply you can say x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So intercept on x by a is called x intercept, y by a is called y intercept. So summation of x intercept and y intercept is equal to 1. So that is also one type of line equation. So both are same. So we are going to use that first one in our subject. So, but in computer graphics, we are going to use that y is equal to mx plus c. So these are the different types of line equations we have. Now, you will see how to, what is the slope? What is the slope? So let us see that figure at the left side. So I can zoom it. So I will zoom it. Wait 1 minute. So are you getting? So let us see that figure, which is having x-axis and y-axis, and origin be 0, 0. Origin be 0, 0. Then x1 y1 be the starting point and x2 y2 be the this x1 y1 be the starting point and x2 y2 be the ending point. Now we have to calculate that slope. We have to calculate the slope. So what is the definition of slope? You can get difference of x coordinates by difference of y coordinates. So if we see that x-axis here, difference of x coordinates means from y2 point. If you see only in y-axis, from this is the y2 point, this is the y1 point, right? This is the zero origin, y1, y2, right? So from y1 to y2, difference between y1 to y2, which indicates that y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1, or we can say delta y. So delta y, which indicates the difference of y coordinates in the given both the points, starting point and ending point. Similarly, at the x-axis, if you see that difference between the x2 and x1, from x2 minus x1, we can get the difference. We can get the difference. That is dx is equal to delta x. So delta x indicates the difference of x coordinates and delta y indicates the difference of y coordinates. So then we can get the formula by using that slope formula, difference of x coordinates by difference of y coordinates. So which indicates that delta x by delta y. Delta x by delta y. Since it is a, if you see that it is a right angle triangle, where there is a right, it forms a right angle triangle. See that? See, this is forms the right angle triangle. Okay. So what is the principle of right angle triangle? Slope is equal to opposite side by adjacent side, right? So we have to calculate the slope. So this is the, from this side, for this line, you have to calculate the slope. So which indicates this m is there. For this line, we have to calculate the slope. No? So for this line, we are going to identify the slope means, since it is a right angle triangle, see here, observe these dotted lines also. So by identifying the difference, we have constructed the right angle triangle. So principle of right angle triangle is opposite side by adjacent side. So here opposite side, what is the opposite side here? Opposite side, what is the variable we noted? He denoted here, delta y. Delta y. And what is the adjacent side denoted here? Delta x. Okay. So since it is a right angle triangle, you can write by delta y by delta x. So since you can write it as a tan theta. So tan theta is equal to, since it is an angle means we are going to note it here tan theta, where m is equal to tan theta. Okay. So we got the slope as m equal to tan theta for the given straight line. Okay. So this is one case. So no, we can treat it as one formula. Okay. So where we can get this? If you take the delta x and delta y as the values like this. So delta x, delta y values E format. If you take this in this format, the straight line in this format, then we can get the m equal to tan theta. Okay. Slope equal to tan theta. So if we see here, that dx and delta y is equal to 1. Sorry, both, if considered both are same, okay, delta x equal to delta y, then we can get the slope value as m equal to tan theta. Now, sorry, 1 minute. So this is the example for m equal to tan theta. Now we will see the different variations of straight lines. If you take the different variations of straight lines, the theta value will change. Theta value will change. Okay. So let us consider in this example, we have taken the straight line. If dy is less than dx, if you consider the delta y, what is delta y? Difference of y coordinates, y2 minus y1. Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you take the delta y is less than delta x, what is delta y? Difference of y coordinates. and delta y means difference of y coordinates. So if you take the dy by dx less than 1, so if you calculate the slope, then if we got the slope less than 1 for the given straight line by giving some starting point, ending point of the straight line, right? So why we can get the less than 1? If the numerator is less than denominator, then slope is less than 1. So what is the numerator here? Delta y, right? So if your numerator is less than denominator, then we can get the slope as less than 1. So if it is less than 1, the line angle. So slope means what? What is the main definition of slope? Means angle of the given straight line. At what angle? Based upon the origin. Based upon the origin, a straight line అనేది a angle only, that is the slope, right? If the line angle slope less than 45 degrees, then we can call it as a slope less than 1. Simply you can say if the tan 45 equal to 1, if theta is less than 45. Okay. So theta is equal to, the theta value is less than 45. And simply we can say that slope is less than 1. Okay. So by using the slope also, we can able to identify the line. Okay, at what position it may be. So if you see one more scenario at right side, if we see that delta x is less than delta y, right? Delta y is greater. So then we can get the slope of greater than 1. Then we can get the slope of greater than 1. So then we can, the line angle slope greater than 45 degrees, the slope equal to 1. So a line angle anedi, if the line angle is less than 45 degrees angle of the origin. So if you compare with the origin, if the line angle is less than 45 degrees, then slope is less than 1. Right? So 45 degrees is the, why you are going to take the tan and 45 means it is the standard, whether it is above 45 degrees or below 45 degrees. So if it is below 45 degrees means slope equal to less than 1. If it is above, line is above 45 degrees with respect to origin means it is slope greater than 1. Okay, we can take the slope value as greater than 1. Similarly, if the line is accurately at 45 degrees with respect to origin, then we have to take the slope value as equal to 1. Okay, you have to take the slope value as equal to 1. So what is the slope is dy by dx, so delta y by delta x. Delta y indicates the difference of y coordinates by difference of x coordinates. Okay, these are the 3 different cases for calculating the slope. Next, we will see the example. We'll see the example and then we will see the algorithm. Then we can get a better idea how this algorithm is going to work. Okay. So this is the example problem. So we have given the input for drawing a line. Starting point is 2, 2 and ending point is 9, 2. We have to plot the points, plot the pixels in between the 2 points, starting point, ending point. For finding all the points on the line, we need to find the difference. So what is this algorithm name? DDA algorithm. Okay, DDA algorithm, digital differential analyzer. For identifying, first we have to draw the pixel scale at the left side for our better understanding. So let us consider that are the pixels, that is a computer display screen having number of pixels. It starts from 0. So generally, if you take any notepad or paint, where the origin get located, origin means 0, 0, where the origin is located. So if you take notepad or if you take MS Paint, the origin is located at top left side. For our better understanding, for our convenience, we are going to take the origin as a left bottom corner side. We are going to take. So generally, in your monitor screen, the origin is located at top, bottom, top, right, left side, left corner side. Okay. So for our better understanding, we are going to take the origin as a bottom left corner side. We are going to take. So first that drawing the point, first you have to identify the slope. You have to identify the slope. So what are the requirements of slope means? Dy by dx. Dy means difference of x coordinates, y coordinates, and dx is the delta x is the difference of x coordinates. So if you take that delta x, so see the x coordinates, x2 minus x1, that is 9 minus 2 is equal to 7, and difference of y coordinates, that is 2 minus 2 equal to 0, and calculate the slope, calculate the slope dy by delta x, which indicates 0, So 0 means we got the slope 0, which indicates, so from the above scenario, what we will get? What we will get? We got the difference we got the difference slope 0, right? So which in case less than 0, less than 0. So this is the case. The straight line is less than 45 degrees. Okay, less than 45 degrees with respect to origin. Okay. Now we have calculated the slope. Since delta x is greater than, it depends on x value. Since delta x is greater, right? Since delta x is greater, so wait 1 minute. So from this delta x and delta y, we got delta x and delta y, right? Delta x and delta y. So which value is greater here? Delta x value is greater. So there are 7 steps, 7 pixels should be placed in between that starting point, ending point. How many pixels? 7 pixels. Okay. Now we have to calculate the x and y pixels of from the in between starting ending points, in between 2 comma 2 and 9 comma 2. So each and every time from starting point to the x value is going to increment it and y value is going to increment it, and we can get one coordinate we are going to plot. Again, x value is incremented, y value incremented, and we are going to plot a pixel point. So until 7 points, up to 7 points, you are going to increment it. So how to increment the x value and y value? For incrementing x for each, for we can write the for loop here. For loop for each for loop from starting point. So how many steps you have? How many times you have to repeat this for loop? For 7 times. Since you compare from delta y and delta x is greater. So we have to repeat that for loop for 7 times. So in each and every for loop, the x value, y value is going to increment it, and we have to put the pixel. For putting the pixel, what is the method used in C programming? Set pixel method, as we all discussed it, right? So x increment is equal to, how to calculate the x increment? Difference of x. Difference of x means delta x. What is the value of delta x? 7. By total steps. What are the total steps? 7. So 7 by 7, that equal to 1. And then y increment. Y increment. So delta y, what is the difference of delta y? Delta y value is 0 by total steps. How many steps you need? 7. So 0 by 7, 0. And we got the point 1 comma 0. So you can draw a table. Sorry. So from this above picture, so plot the point 1 comma 0. Okay. And then next, by incrementing again. Wait 1 minute. So again, you got the point x increment 1 and y increment 0. So x increment 1, y increment 0. So we got each and every time we have to increment x value by 1 and y value by 0. So what is the initial point here? 2, 2. So 2, 2. See this table. See this table, right? We got this table 2, 2. And each and every time x value incremented by 1, 2 incremented 3, and each time y value incremented by 0. So 0 means 2 remains same 2. Similarly, from 3 x value incremented by 1, x value incremented by 1, and y value remains same. And 4 will become 5, 5 will become 6, 6 will become 7, 7 will become 8, 8 will become 9. So how many times that will going to run? 7 times. 7 times. So by last point, what we got last point here? 9, 2. So by 9, 2 is the ending point. 9, 2 is the ending point. See this ending point. Okay. So by this, you can get the pixels. See one more example. See one more example. 2, 5 and 2, 12. The difference is x2 minus x1, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0, and difference of y, 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. And slope we can calculate dy by delta y by delta x, that is 7 by 0, so which gives infinity. So what is the largest value when compared to delta x and delta y? So since it is y, we got infinity, y got infinity. Since it is a vertical line, it goes infinity. Slope goes infinity. So which is a greater than 1, right? Greater than 1. Y greater than 1, dyx is greater than dy. Since we got this greater than 1, as we see in previous cases. This is a vertical line. So total number of steps, since delta y is greater, total number of steps is equal to 7. So how x is going to incremented? 0 by 7 equal to 0. Y is increment is 7 by 7. That is 1. So each and every time going to increment by x coordinate incremented by 0 and y coordinate incremented by. You can draw, you can plot the points. So this is the algorithm.